Okay, you can say it's a little bit longer. Bro, it doesn't even look like an egg anymore, right? Right? Okay, you know what it is? It's one of those videos where I make fun of the same people who are actually responsible for my living. It's a pretty smart move. Dude, I do one useful 20-minute tutorial and everybody is like, yeah, I mean, that's good, but you know, when are you gonna call me a bitch? So last video I talked about what head drawing exercises you need to be doing in order to get better, and I told you to post your entries in my Discord group for a critique. Of course, none of you motherfuckers listened and you posted a bunch of random shit. So let's take a look. Ziggy Stardust says, let the roasting commence. Commence. Bro, don't try to confuse me with some complicated fucking words. Me6 says, just get me in your video. Bro, why does Eminem's nose look like a water slide? Okay, you're in the fucking video. Imagine says, 2018, 2020. 2 years of progress. I became good at painting ugly people. Angel, want me to paint you? That actually is kind of a good excuse though, you know? I mean, not that my paintings are ugly, I'm just painting ugly people. You don't get it. Rate my shadows. Okay, I give them a strong 1.5 stars. Actually, here on the bottom, Aphelion says, Angel is sexy as fuck. Goddamn right I am. Jabba the Hutt says, roast me, please, the hatred only fuels me. Finally, another dysfunctional person like me. Too bad we're not doing shading though, so... Floss Art says, alright, watching the video over and over again, now my dude ends up looking like those weird memes of Squidward tentacles from freaking SpongeBob. Well, I already exposed myself last time that I've never seen SpongeBob, so let me not make this worse. This is a pretty good structure though, but a couple of things to keep in mind is always make this line go from the corner of the eyebrow to the corner of the jaw. Because if you make the triangle in the back so small, the cheekbone is actually going to be super big and it's not going to make a lot of sense. So actually the triangle is going to be right here and then the cheekbone is going to be right here with the green. Also, another thing that I see people keep fucking up is the eyebrow area. So what you're going to have is the eyeball, the eyebrow on top, and then 3 planes connecting from the eyebrow to the eyelid. The way that you drew it, you have all this space in here that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So instead you're gonna have these planes touching on the eyelid, and then on top you're gonna have the eyebrow. And then here on the bottom you're gonna have the plane connecting the eyebrow to the nose and to the cheek, but it's gonna have this shape like that and not just a small ass triangle like this. See, I can be helpful too. Sometimes. Muko says, how is this? Quora B says, my man, why you gotta do me like that? I think he actually wrote that with like an accent. My man, why you gotta do me like that? Okay, this looks weird. Bro, that eye says, what is in my butt right now? Glacia says, I tried. You can roast the shit out of my art as long as there's some constructive criticism. You know, I'm not really good at that. So this is not that bad of a drawing, but I think you are going for exercise 4, which is more about line weight and features, when you should be doing exercise 2, which is purely about the planes. Because it doesn't really make sense for you to be doing features and thinking about lines when you have this bolt right here. Try to make it a little bit more analytical. You're gonna have the line from the corner of the eyebrow to the corner of the jaw, the arch of the side, the cheekbone right here, triangle right next to it, then the triangle in the back, then this plane, which is actually gonna be the top of the cheekbone, and then the side of the forehead. So try to draw on top of the reference and really feel those planes. Don't just draw a bunch of random lines making them look like Google Maps. So a rhythm line here, a rhythm line here, cheekbone right here, triangle right next to it, triangle in the back, top of the cheekbone, and then side of the forehead. I'm fucking good at this shit. Munich Nick says, roast my lane, please. Well, this kind of looks like a watermelon that you dropped on the floor. So I know I said you don't have to have a perfect circle, but you gotta do a little bit better than this rugby ball. So the circle for the head is gonna be this big, and then the angles of the face are gonna be going this way. You actually have them going the opposite direction, and that's why you have these nipple thing for a head. And then you have the side circle, which is going to be sitting right here. You have it really fucking small, so it just further makes the watermelon shape. And then the circle for the mouth is going to be sitting here, and then you're going to have a circle for the chin and a little bit of an overlap. So a circle for the mouth like this, then a circle for the chin, an overlap, and then the arch is actually going to be touching this thing. It's not going to be all the way up in here. Kaja Kajita says, hi, thanks for the free tutorials, Jaja. Well, I don't know who the fuck Jaja is, but you're welcome. June says, wonky. Agreed. So the whole point of this exercise is for you to think about big forms and planes. And what I think you did is you just drew these lines because you think that there's planes here, and then you drew the famous almond eye. So instead, think about the eyeball and actually go back to thinking about the lane. Like, you don't get to draw the planes when you don't even have the rhythm line sitting below them. And also, this small ass circle sitting like a fried egg should actually be on the whole side of the face. So this whole thing right here. Cha. I'm Banana says, am I doing this right? IDN. IDN. Even dumb people have found a way to abbreviate. IDN stands for I don't know. Bolty says, roast away. Well, first of all, these planes of the head look like some motherfucker just started using ZBrush and then heard about the planes of the head from his cousin and then did them from memory. So make sure you actually get the original Asaro head. Second of all, you must really have not watched the tutorial, because I said no fucking shading, and you still did these weird ass blotches making them look like they got beat up. Casina says, I couldn't follow your instructions because I went to Jesus for help. Well, judging by your art, he must have rejected you then. Apar says, really curious what you have to say. Thanks for the tutorial, by the way, cheers. Well, fuck me, this is actually really good. You know what, for the first time ever, I got nothing to say. Except stop shading with fucking blue. What's wrong with you, you fuck? Figo Doodle says, help me with the proportions, please. You mean like the egg proportions? By the way, I love the fact that I look exactly the goddamn same and I'm wearing the exact same sweatshirt, okay? I got other ones. You just haven't seen them, okay? Floss says, Angel is the peak of facial proportion. I study Angel head and not a Asaro head. You better, motherfucker. Zorota says, I just started binge watching your videos a few days ago. That's my boy. Here's my attempt at exercise 1. Please tell me what I need to fix, improve on. This is actually a really good lay-in, but the only thing that I recommend you is to move this line from the corner of the eyebrow to the corner of the jaw. So it would be actually kind of like this. And also, it's really cool that you actually capture the shape of his face, because I see a lot of people when doing the exercise draw everybody as a fucking square. So draw lines on top of the face to really help you with the shape and actually capture it. Don't just draw this fucking square. Always think about where this line's going, and it's always a dick. Math Problem says, my first work on Mao. Well, you know, if it helps you with your math problems, definitely keep going. Carnix C says, am I doing this right? Well, this is actually a really good lay-in, but this fat ass chin over here kind of makes him look like a fat frog. So I see a lot of people have problems with the jaw. They either draw it flat like this, or they draw it like a fat queen. And what you need to do instead is have one line in here, then another line, and then when you connect the neck to the jaw, you leave this thing in shadow so you can show that there's a bottom plane. But definitely not like this. Lockman says, definitely gonna do more of these. Well, looking at your art, I really hope you do. So anyway, these are all the entries for today. Thank you so much for submitting them so I can be a complete ass. And I know I talk a lot of shit, but I wanted to thank you so much for helping me reach 100 patrons You know, I finally got enough money to buy all the dildos I wanted. And judging by your comments on YouTube, you guys want to see more funny videos and all that shit. But if somebody's interested in some serious critiques, make sure you check out my Patreon, where I do live streams every single week. I go over your work, I do overpaints and all that shit. So patreon.com/AngelGanef. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. Remember, your art still sucks, but there's definitely hope. Actually, there's not a lot of hope. There's the corona. Okay, bye.